Hey everybody, welcome to Bura. In this episode, I'm going to be telling you the #1 hack to become good at coding in 2020. Alright, welcome back. Before we start this video, I want to make sure that you like and subscribe. The more likes and subscribers we get, the more content we can make. So smash that like button. Also, this channel doesn't do a Patreon, instead we sell our digital products down below. The more money we get from the products that you buy below, the more content we can make. So let's talk a little bit about learning to code. Now, believe it or not, learning to code always happens in anybody's career who is a programmer. It happens constantly because no matter what, there is always some new framework that you need to learn. So learning to code is more like a wheel than a destination. You are constantly trying to learn something new, and believe it or not, this is the one thing that I love about technology. It's constantly changing and you constantly have to keep on your toes. So I want to talk a little bit about how you can learn to code with this one simple trick. So this one simple trick is really easy to use, and you can use it at any time in your career, whether you're just starting to learn to code or whether you are advanced or not. So first of all, this is more geared towards complete beginners, but it can be used again anytime in anyone's career. So if you're a complete beginner, chances are you need to learn the habit of coding, and getting in that habit of just writing out the code is going to be very difficult. I know when I want to learn something new, the habit of just doing that action is probably the hardest part. But once you plow through that and get in the habit of doing whatever it is you need to learn, it becomes a lot easier. What you want to do is you want to go to a tutorial or CodePen or GitHub, pull off some code and literally just type it out line by line. Now this may seem really basic and really easy, and a lot of people might not like this, but this is one of the best ways for you to just simply go down and get in the habit of doing something. Now, all you have to do is literally just copy the code, and not just copy and paste it, but literally type out the code line by line, and to think about what each line is doing. If you do this multiple times, you will have coded something. Now, this is an incredibly simple yet effective technique, and I challenge anyone to try this at any time in their career. Again, all you have to do is take some lines of code and copy them out and run it. Now, if you really want to, you can change some of the lines of code and see how it works. But the point is that you want to be able to go and type out a document from start to finish. That is the key here. Now, eventually you want to stop doing this and trying to do something on your own. The problem with most beginners is they think they need to do something from scratch right away. Well, if you think about innovation, some innovations happen from completely new ideas, but a lot of the innovations come from something that is improved on something that's already existed. And sometimes a 10% change can lead to massive improvements. So if you want to build a simple website, then perhaps type one out from scratch and then change it a little bit. Change it by 10, 20, 30%. And if you do this, I think that you'll actually learn quite a bit. Now, what happens later on is that you have to eventually get off of this step, and you have to eventually be able to think for yourself. And I think this is why a lot of computer science and coding tutorials teach this way, because eventually you do have to stop copying code and go into writing your own code. And believe it or not, lots of professional coders still use Stack Overflow and GitHub. They use that every day. And this is something to a lot of beginners that seems completely counterintuitive. Professional coders don't just simply type 100% of their code from scratch. Some of them do, but constantly you're checking frameworks, you're copying and pasting from the documentation. You are doing lots of things that are not completely from scratch. So the tip that I'm giving you to become the best coder you can in 2020 is to literally copy out code line by line and change it a little bit. The more you do this and the more time you spend doing this, I think you'll become a better coder. The only caveat to this whole process is that you eventually have to get off copying code line by line. And I think once you start to copy enough code that you'll be able to get it into your fingers and into your mind so that you'll be able to create your own ideas and your own programs. Alright, so that concludes this video. Let me know what you think. Can you do this? Have you done this before? Have you ever had a teacher suggest this to you? I want to know, so please leave your comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe. The more likes and subscribers we get, the more content we can make. Please smash the like button, because if this video got 1,000 likes, it would mean the world to me. And remember that this channel doesn't do a Patreon, instead we sell our digital products down below. The more money we get from the content that you buy below, the more content we can make. Show your support today. If you really like this channel, you can subscribe to Mammoth Interactive's huge library of content. We release 20 to 60 hours of fresh new content per month, every month. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. Not only do you make this YouTube channel possible, but you make Mammoth Interactive possible. We have monthly and yearly options. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in another video!